everyone, welcome back. Hope you're having a good week. Today is officially the day of Twilight of the Gods release on Netflix, so go ahead and binge watch those episodes now. I cannot wait to watch it. I haven't seen any of the episodes yet, but I cannot wait to start watching starting tonight over the weekend. Continuing on with Zack Snyder news, the Snyderverse. There is an update on the 300 prequel series. But before we get into that, thank you for checking out the channel if you're new. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy this video, my other content, and shout out to any new subscribers and everyone who supports the channel as well. All right, so a while back, earlier this year, we did see a story, and I remember mentioning on the channel that there was going to be a 300 prequel series in the works. At the time of that story, it was kind of rumored that Zack Snyder was going to return to work on the show, but there was no really hard confirmation. I mean, it was honestly pretty surprising. So now we have actually confirmation Zack is actually talking about it, which is pretty wild. So as I mentioned, Twilight of the Gods is officially released on Netflix, and Zack's been doing some press for it. So let's see what he had to say. All right, so comicbook.com had a chance to speak with Zack during the press for Twilight of the Gods, and they did ask about how that show is coming along. Zack said, "We're just getting ready to dive in and get to work on it. It's super fun. I love the world. And even just in the preliminary meetings we've had talking about, what if this happened or that happened, just a lot of it's really fun to go wow, it's such a rich standard. It's similar to this, Twilight of the Gods, in a weird way, as far as there's a lot of underpinnings. So that I can see how there would probably be similarities, even though I haven't watched Twilight of the Gods yet, but you kind of get that, you can see how they would kind of be similar in some ways just based on the trailers and stuff that we've seen for the animated show. It kind of falls into that realm of mythology, ancient Greek gods and all of that kind of stuff. So I can see how Zack would, I can see how you would find some similarities there. It's a little bit of information about the show. The 300 TV series will reportedly be a prequel, presumably following Spartans led by King Leonidas before they went to war with Xerxes. So that's just a really basic, overall concept what we could expect from a 300 prequel series. Now, it would be interesting to see who would come back as who would be Leonidas. Would Gerard Butler come back? Would it be a younger version of Leonidas, so it wouldn't be Gerard Butler? It says prequel, but that doesn't always mean several years or decades before. You know what I mean? It could just be the events leading up to, kind of like what it says here, before they went to war with Xerxes. But it could be, I don't know. I guess we don't really know enough about it at this point, but that's just kind of a basic overarching concept for the show. I think this is pretty surprising, honestly. In a way, yes, and in a way, no. It's not surprising that they would want Zack to come back to work on 300 is an iconic film and continues to be, and very influential in a lot of ways, and so it would make sense for him to come back and work on it, but at the same time, given the history of the relationship, it is surprising in that way. I think as long as it's under good circumstances and a good environment, not having to do a bunch of compromises and all of that we've known the history to be, given the success of the film, and like I said, how iconic it has remained over the years and influential, hopefully they'll kind of just let him do his thing with the show. I don't know what kind of service it's going to be on. Is it going to be on streaming? I would imagine so, because it would definitely, you would expect it to be very graphic and mature. So I don't see it being on just some kind of regular network. Plus, that's what most studios are, kind of moving into now, is all of these streaming services that they have, Max, for example. So it will definitely be interesting to see how this goes. Obviously, no information yet on when we can expect to see or hear something about it, but like Zack said, they're ready to dive in and get to work on it. So that's pretty cool. That's cool to hear straight from him, get that confirmation. I personally love Gerard Butler cast as King Leonidas, so I think that would just be the icing on the cake if he were able to come back. But like I said, we don't know when exactly, how far back it's set in time before the movie, so that could also have some bearing on whether or not Gerard Butler comes back, depending on if it would make sense, depending on when it's taking place for the character's age and whatnot. But either way, I think it's going to be really cool to have a series in this world, have Zack come back for it, just so it can maintain that aesthetic and what we love so much, what fans love about 300. And then of course with series, you get to tell more story and have more time to breathe. You get to include more things because it's several episodes and not just, 2.5 hours in a film. So that's another plus. So I'm looking forward to it. I think this is awesome news. Very cool update. Really cool to hear Zack talking about it. And like I said, we have Twilight of the Gods to watch right now on Netflix from him. So go ahead and share your thoughts on that if you've already watched it. Don't spoil anything yet because I haven't watched it yet and it just came out today. And I think a lot of people are still, waiting to be able to watch it over the weekend and stuff. So just share your general thoughts if you've been able to watch it. And of course, your thoughts on this update for the 300 TV series. Hopefully everything moves in the right direction with it and it stays on track. Of course, I'll be coming back to the channel soon to share my thoughts on Twilight of the Gods. So stay tuned for that. And thank you so much for all the support. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. See you guys next time.